So Road to Glory and Superstar mode for College Football 26 and Madden 26 have actually dropped in the same trailer and deep dive, right? So we're going to jump in and talk about Road to Glory and the transition into Madden 26. Superstar mode, of course, they are very linked. You can import. That's what we expect. And this is definitely the second best mode, in my opinion, behind Dynasty and Franchise, of course, being, the same in each game. Same idea.
Follow your career from high school recruit all the way to NFL legend with Road to Glory in EA Sports College Football 26 and Superstar in Madden NFL 26. First,
I am so excited to record my episode. It's going to be electric. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed here on the channel. It's going to be pretty awesome. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I can't wait for that episode. It's going to be sick.
Create and customize your player and select a position archetype with completely new options across a variety of positions. Then, begin your legacy as a high school recruit, the foundation of your entire...
High school, obviously in the game now. However, this is the way it's being implemented. It is high school moments, and some of them are more extended moments. Some of them are a little bit shorter, but for me personally, I kind of just miss how it was back in NCAA 14, where you just played out the game and you played out like a high school playoff run, or kind of around that, maybe a couple of games at the end of the regular season as well. And you played 4 to 6 games of high school, and you actually felt like you could have really big games to impact your stock. Well, they want to get you still to college football as soon as possible, so they're doing moments instead of full games. But I think, and we'll see how it actually plays out in practice versus just my opinion, but I feel like I'm going to prefer the way it used to be with playing the full games. Just me personally. Maybe some of you are like, I don't even like high school. Let me just breeze to the college experience. I get that, but for me, it's the whole thing. Like getting those offers, building your resume, that to me feels like such a big part of it. And I like the idea of just playing the full games to do so, not just having individual moments that feel like maybe they're make or break. I don't know. That's just me.
Your career hinges on weekly themes based on your archetype, each offering unique gameplay opportunities to impact your tape score and star rating. For example, a pocket passer quarterback might face a lockdown corner week. Within that week, you'll have the option to choose 4 key moments to play from the game, each centered around the theme to showcase your skills in critical situations.
I'll tell you, that's the rival. This guy stinks. I mean, this is man coverage, right? And he's not really even within 10 yards. He's right at that 10-yard distance, maybe. Maybe that's like 7 or 8.
To showcase your skills.
That's the guy I need to be worried about?
Situations. It's your chance to capture the
I'm going to be a 5-star if I'm playing quarterback, that's for sure.
Attention of your favorite college programs.
I've never made a bad read. That's a fact.
And meet their recruiting requirements. Performance-based scholarships will be offered. And in a highly competitive recruiting class, you'll compete against a dynamic pool of others for limited offers.
That's how it goes.
The sooner you decide, the better your chances to secure a coveted roster spot before it's gone.
And I'll tell you, so this is actually interesting. This is good because this is the way it works in real life. Offers kind of get revoked. Like, it happened very recently at Oklahoma. They recruited this kid and he was locked in. And then all of a sudden they had an opportunity to get a different guy. I think his name's like Bo Bentley or something. And they ended up taking a commitment from him, and the other guy decommitted. But did he decommit because he actually didn't want to go there anymore? Or was it because Oklahoma said that, hey, we're not going to take you anymore. We have our eyes on a different quarterback that we probably have a silent commitment from, and we don't really have room for 2. I think that's probably what happened. That's the speculation. All it is speculation at the end of the day, but this stuff does happen. So the sooner you get committed and maybe that school stops looking at quarterbacks because they already have a big one, or whatever position you end up being, right? I think there's still a limited amount. I think it's probably still quarterback, running back, wide receiver, corner, middle linebacker. I'd still love to get an edge rusher going or a safety. I think those would be really cool. I don't necessarily need an offensive lineman road to glory, but that would be interesting. That could be interesting. And I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult to implement some of these things. It's just obviously with offensive line, you'd need to create an entire like mechanics system to make things actually function, and it'd have to be a mini game every snap against a defensive lineman type of deal. And you'd have to have moments if you're going to do it this way. And what would your moment be? Like score a rushing touchdown, but you play offensive tackle and maybe the running back stinks? I don't know. I think that offensive line would be tough, but we got to get defensive line in the game. We got to get safety. And hell, give me kicker punter. Why not? Who's going to do it? Well, a few people. I think it could be worthwhile. I would totally do a punter road to glory.
To add depth to every road to glory experience, we're introducing Coach Happiness, a new measure of your coach's short-term perception of you as a player. While Coach Trust remains an important part of your long-term development.
Do a little pause here. So you can see Coach Happiness completely happy, and you can see the rewards here in the bottom left. Not all of them are checked though, so I guess you need to hit these thresholds in order to unlock everything. So there is quite a bit, but you're still, missing audibles until you get, looks like over 14,000 Coach Trust in there. So that seems like a pretty decent amount. You're already an 84 overalls and QB1. So I'm curious how deep into the career we are at this point.
Coach Happiness offers a more short-term evaluation, impacting your experience week to week, and is influenced by your actions off the field and your performance on it. Speaking of on-field performance, the new per-play grading system, as well as Coach Happiness, can determine whether you stay in the game or risk being benched or worse, suspended.
Suspended mid-game for being too bad? That surely is not a thing. Suspended, though, might be due to becoming academically ineligible, which I know can happen. So you got to keep that GPA to a decent enough level. You got to be hitting the books. But I know everyone just wants to spend XP to upgrade their guy. I think the thing that probably isn't going to matter very much is local hero. It really is going to be a mix and match, but you need to be healthy enough to play. You need to have a high enough GPA to play. What leadership? I guess you can get an ability. That would be somewhat nice. I don't know. This was kind of a tough decision last year. I don't know what the right decision is going to be this year. You have such a finite amount of energy that you can use each
So
week.
manage your weekly priorities wisely. Focus on grades, team chemistry, and practice time to keep your coach happy.
Like wear and tear, you can just see it there. Wear and tear is absolutely brutal. You can't play with this. Minus 11 throw power, minus 10 medium accuracy, minus 8 speed, minus 14 throw on the run, with minus 12 carrying if you get touched, the ball's on the ground. You need to keep your injury up. That's almost the most important thing. Your health. I keep saying injury. You don't want to keep your injury up, but you want to keep your health up. Leadership for the ability I could see being somewhat valuable, but clearly it's going to be a balancing act between XP, health, and at least being academically eligible.
Coach happy and earn more playing time. Collect titles and awards and look back at all the hardware you've earned during your college career in the new trophy room. Win 3 Heismans on your road to glory? Show them off. Maybe you won the Natty or a few. But this time, your story doesn't end with the college championship.
What?
Continue your football journey, taking it seamlessly to the next level.
The NFL. Enhance your NFL draft experience by importing your road to glory player
Yeah, it is still the same 5 positions clearly there.
to Madden NFL 26's Superstar Mode, giving you a unique opportunity to aim for a top 5 pick. Your college performance can give you a head start in establishing yourself in the NFL, impacting everything from your draft position to your new sphere of influence. Your football legacy isn't just about how you play on game day. It's about all of the decisions you make and the connections you build along the way.
So that was their big time focus, and you can see the new connection there at the bottom of the screen. Their big time focus was more decisions, more interactions, more connections, and that is your Madden 26 Superstar experience. It's all about connections and building relationships. So if you're into that,
The all-new
Madden
Sphere
26
of
Superstar
Influence
mode may be
system
for you.
places you at the center of a dynamic network of relationships. Every interaction with your sphere of influence presents a meaningful choice that will impact your future. Strong connections can earn you exclusive rewards like expanding your playbook, improving teammates, and unlocking better responses to media questions to increase your own influence. Every week in the NFL presents players with moments that ultimately determine how their career unfolds. New Game Day Beats presents fresh and authentic NFL narratives that dictate your focus from week to week. Take on new challenges tailored to your specific career chapter, each with unique gameplay objectives from your coach and gameplay modifiers that raise the stakes.
It's chilly.
Find an answer to your rival's blitz-heavy defensive scheme, or upset a top seed in a road playoff game. Go from first overall pick to MVP, or take a tougher path to solidify.
They do have demanding a trade now. Here's the thing, is from my understanding, I don't think it's random ever. And I think that's kind of cool. Like, I remember back on NBA 2K, if you went to the GM, demanded a trade, they could trade you, right? But it wasn't necessarily to the team you wanted it to be, which I think is kind of fun. Like, I think it is cool for people that want it. I want to play on the Vikings, and you get to be a running back for the Vikings. Cool. But I remember back playing Madden Superstar mode back in the day. I was a running back. I went to the Broncos, and I'm like, that's kind of cool to play with a team that I never would have picked previously, that I get to experience everything that team's about. And I guess maybe it works that way with the draft, but I think I was also with NBA 2K, that was part of the fun. If I didn't like my current situation or I got bored, I wanted to demand a trade, I didn't necessarily know where I was going. It was kind of a little bit of risk reward where I could end up in a worse situation or I could end up in a much better situation. It's a little bit of a roll of the dice. I don't think you could just spam demand trade and they would constantly trade you. So until you found the place you wanted. So I don't know. I feel like I wish you couldn't just choose the team, but I know people are going to want to be able to choose a team, and demanding a trade, it makes a little bit more sense which team you go to, but I don't know. Maybe a list would be cool, like 5 and the game picks for you.
Your football legacy.
That's just me.
Pre-order the MVP bundle today. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26.
Dude, Falcons to the Browns. Talk about an upgrade. Just what I was talking about. Well, that is the trailer for College Football 26 Road to Glory. Super excited for that. And of course, Madden 26 Superstar mode. I think as I get older personally, the career mode game modes are just like a little bit less appealing to me than they were back in the day, where I'm like, I could be the running back of the Broncos. And then, you know, you hit a certain age, I go, I'm 170 pounds. I'm not playing running back anywhere, or receiver, whatever it is, right? So, I don't know. I think I enjoy being more of the armchair GM. That's why I enjoy, you know, franchise mode and Dynasty on College Football 26. But I think this is still better than Ultimate Team for me. I do like the idea of Road to Glory and Superstar mode. I just wonder if it's been worse lately, and that's why I'm not interested in it, or if I've actually just outgrown it to an extent. That's the curious thing for me. If they can make it actually entertaining, actually captivating, actually interesting, okay, I'm interested, right? However, this stuff all looks neat. I don't love the moments for high school, just being honest, speaking candidly. I feel like I personally would like to play the games, even if that's in the minority. And for Superstar mode, I just think, like, there's only so much you can do. Like, at a certain point, I'm just playing 17 CPU player lock games a year. I don't know. if you're actually out there and you have a 15-year superstar mode career where you retire or go to the Hall of Fame, you let me know down in the comment section below. But I don't know anyone that actually does that. And I don't know what they can do to make it more interesting, because I don't think I would ever do that. And how many seasons could you possibly play in superstar mode? I genuinely don't know. And I think it's nothing, hate EA all you want, but I don't think it's even necessarily the fault of EA there. I don't know what you can do to make superstar mode more interesting to get me to play it a lot and go through multiple seasons. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's just player lock for 17 games a year against the computer. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let me know. Comment, subscribe, like, whatever you got to do. And I'll see you for more College Football 26 videos here very, very soon. And, of course, Madden 26 when that comes out as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.